So I thought I would just make a quick video um, about something that I love to talk about and that I really don't see hardly anybody else talking about in the law of attraction community, or whatever you want to call that. Um, and that is this. That is that all of this stuff in terms of trying to manifest something, whether it's for us or for a family member or for a friend or for the community or for the world, whatever, all of this manifesting stuff is selfish. It's based on this concept of self. And deeper spirituality, you could say the truth behind spirituality is not that. You know, Kodo Sawaki, who was a great Zen monk and teacher, he said, the Buddha Dharma begins where the self ends. And when we're trying to manifest something, even if it's the most compassionate, beneficial thing possible, we are still trying to do it. The self, I am, is still trying to do it. So that's not the Buddha Dharma, or that's not God in the sense of the true purity of it, the transcendence of it. Because God, while God is all these things, and while Buddha is all these things, you know, all life is suffering. That is Buddha, as well as enlightenment. You know, suffering is enlightenment. And, you know, God is all of his creation, right? The purity of that, the transcendence of that is not the self. When the self goes, God appears. But when you recognize that, it has nothing to do with manifesting a specific thing. So what we see a lot of the time, because this is a difficult topic to explain, and it's an impossible subject to understand with our head. You have to experience it, right? And because of that, this gets so muddled usually. And you see all these people in the law of attraction community who go about these principles with this kind of like deeply spiritual, you know, aura that's bullshit. They're not actually being any more spiritual than anyone else, because true spirituality is God. Right now. Always just right now. Nothing to do with manifesting anything. And what I'm saying basically is that the behavior of a lot of people in the manifesting community, the LOA community, is selfish, basically. It's saying, you know, I know something because I can manifest a certain thing. I'm closer to God because of that. I've realized a truth, and this is how you live life. And me manifesting and showing that I can do this means that I have discovered spiritual truth. They haven't discovered any more spiritual truth than you have, or anybody has, because the self does not discover spiritual truth. And when the self goes, everything's fine. That's why I say, when the overthinking goes, when your thinking drops away, you realize that you are not you. That's deep spirituality. It has nothing to do with manifesting a certain thing. And it's wonderful to manifest things. But recognize that there is a selfish quality to all of it. And that selfishness, you know, in this world where we have to go through our world and, you know, do the best to treat ourselves well and treat others well, that selfishness is fine. That's part of the human experience. But don't say that it has something to do directly with God, because everything has to do directly with God. And if you want to pigeonhole God and limit God to this certain way of doing things through manifesting things, or even saying something as stupid as, you know, like, God is your consciousness and you're creating everything, you are limiting it in so many ways that I can't even begin to explain it to you. When the self goes, you go. And God's right there and has been there the whole time.